right. Hey, welcome tonight. My name is Lori Conway. For those of you that don't know me, I've been with the business for 9 years. Yes, 9 years. And it's been incredible since day one. We've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but that's life, right? A lot of life has happened through those 9 years. But I said yes to this business for some simple hair and nail money, really nail money. I just needed a couple $100s to be able to hire a babysitter, go get my nails done, and then come back to my kids. I was living my dream as a stay-at-home mom. My husband worked about 65 hours a week. He made good money. He made 6 figures a year. We weren't necessarily living high on the hog, but we weren't living paycheck to paycheck by any means. So in all reality, Lori, I didn't really need this business, but God knew I needed it more than I really needed it myself. So it could have been very easy for me to say no to this business opportunity when it was presented to me, okay? Because I was a hot mess, literally had 4 kids, 5 years and under. If you would have seen me, you would have never asked me to join your business because you would have thought, there's no way that lady can do anything else but what she's doing right now. I literally had 0 time. And so I spent $100 on a kit that changed my life. I did not get into this business for it to change my life. Let me restate that. I just got in to get some nail money. I spent $100. And here's the funny thing, like my husband and I have been high school sweethearts. We've been married for 21 years. And we've always had the agreement, especially when it was just one income working and with kids, that if you spend over $100, we had to like at least talk to each other first, right? Can you all relate with that? Not that my husband was mean and said I couldn't spend money, but literally like we accounted for every penny that came into our house, and we have 4 kids. It's an expensive life. So I said yes to $100 because it was $99 to sign up. So I figured that was under the 100, and I came home all excited. I had a wrap on because we didn't have our coffee then. I literally lifted my shirt up and said, ta-da, like I have a wrap on and I'm selling this. Ladies, if you're on here, and men, maybe you can relate, he was not excited. He was like, what? What? He just gave me that look, rolled his eyes, went to bed. I knew exactly what his thoughts were. His thoughts were like, seriously, Lori, we're busy enough. Like we know we don't have any time as it is. What the heck are you doing? But you know what? I could have let that take me out of this completely, or I could have let it fuel me. And so what I decided to do that night was a pinnacle, literally, choice for my entire business. So what I decided to do is I said, okay, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to at least give this 90 days, give it all I got, everything that I have for 90 days, and we'll just see what happens. And I'm here to report 9 years later, I'm so thankful that not only I said yes to this business, that I pushed for 90 days to just see what it would do for me. And it changed my entire life. Did it happen overnight? No. Success does not happen overnight. So if you were thinking that, oh my gosh, well, I've been in for X amount of time and I just expect for this success to happen, it's not going to happen that way. And so my husband was not supportive in this business opportunity. Not that he wasn't supportive in my life, so don't hear me wrong, but he didn't have the same vision that I had into this business, and I knew that, so I shut my mouth and I went to work. Okay, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but the last thing that I wanted to do was create any doubt in my husband's mind more than he already had. And so I knew that if I ever wanted to get my husband on board, okay, he worked for a bank as a VP. He's very frugal, still is to this day. That's just his personality. It's just who he is, who God made him to be. And so I knew that if I wanted to get him on board with me, I had to start showing him the money, kind of like Jerry Maguire style. Show me the money, right? So I had to show my husband the money if I ever wanted him on my side in this business, or even him to catch the vision. And so I either said I can quit or I can give it all if I got for 90 days. I gave it all that I had for 90 days. I'm so thankful that I did. And I realized at that moment in time that I didn't need to necessarily have his okay or support into this business. He didn't need to know that. It was a hobby for me. And so I just poured what I could into the business, and I grew my business on nap time. So I want you to hear something from me very loud and clear. You need to find a time in your day that you can dedicate at least 1 hour to this business to really focus intentionally on asking people to try our products or to join our business. And I'm going to go into that in just a second. But like I said, I got in to just make some simple sample cash. We didn't have coffee. We had wraps. And I wanted to be able to just sell wraps to make some cash money. That's it. To be able to turn around and say, look what I got. I got a little bit of cash money I can do some fun things with. So I knew right away that I needed to run my business for free. Anybody put up in the chat like auto ship scares the crud out of them? Okay, let's be honest. A lot of people are not running their auto ship. I look at numbers every day and I see a lot of you not running your shipment, and it's self-sabotage. Let me say that loud and clear. It's self-sabotage. When you're not having your shipment on ADBV, running it on 2 bags of brew every month, you are sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging your future success, your current success, and your sample sales. So I knew right away that if I wanted to be successful into this business, I had to learn how to run my business for free. Anybody interested in wanting to know how to earn and run their business for free every month? I wanted to be commission qualified. I see some hands, yay. I wanted to be commission qualified, so I knew that that commitment of running my shipment for ADBV every month was not even a question. Like auto ship, although it sounds scary, is actually the key to your freedom. If you're not running your shipment, none of your team will ever run their shipments, therefore will cause your everything that you do intentionally to build your business, it works against you. So I'm going to show you how to run your business for free each and every month by getting 2 bags of brew. You're going to be able to set your business up for sample sales and make over $200 cash doing that. And then you have just made more money than you've invested into your business every month. Now, personally, 9 years later, I'm still running my business for free. I actually have a lot of post-its right here, but not the post-it that I had on my computer earlier that said, I need to sell 5 samples this week. Okay, 5 samples at $20 a piece is what? $100. That makes me $400. I have 2 shipments that I run each and every month, mine and my husband's. And guess what? We run our business for free each and every month. Commit to do that, and I promise you your sample sales will go through the roof, and so will your business. So I realized at that point in time that I could either work smarter or harder. And I knew for me, remember, I have 4 kids, 5 years and under. I could not work harder than I was already working. There was no more time in a day. So I started to realize, how can I work smarter, not harder, and get paid for months to come? And I started to realize, and I'm going to screen share here just a second. Let me see if I can do this. Screen share it to my desktop. For those of you that don't know what our steps to success are, they're right here, and you can find them in your website. This was your eSuite. You log into this. This is your steps to success right here. So number 1, get qualified. Run your auto ship for ADBV. I did that by running my business for free every month and getting 2 bags of brew. I am going to challenge you to do that very same thing with me, okay? I'm still doing that today, and I can show you how to run your business for free like I just mentioned before. Number 2, right here, it says gather customers. I'm gonna stop screen sharing because we're gonna go back to talking about how I wanted to work smarter, not harder. How did I want to work smarter? I wanted to get paid not only today, but I wanted to get paid for September, October, and November. Listen, my husband was a VP banker. 75% of his pay was commissions. Commissions is kind of scary. It means you have to work really, really hard every day. That means you have to work really, really hard for the paycheck that you get each and every month, right? And if you don't work hard for that paycheck, guess what? It could be feast or famine. We were kind of used to that. But my husband did not understand, and really I didn't understand either until I started getting more into it, what residual income meant. Ladies and gentlemen, do you realize the opportunity you have in your hands for residual income? Residual income is income that you can make while you sleep. Income while you can play with your kids on the floor. Income that you can be sick and still get paid. Income that you can take off from your 9-to-5 job, that you don't have to have your vacation time and your sick time tallied up to get paid on. You get paid because you built your business smart, not hard. So I realized steps to success were the absolute key to my success. Why? Because I was going to work hard today for my sample sale, okay, and get cash. That felt great. But I wanted to build on that. And how was I going to do that? Through our loyal customer program. If you do not have 6 customers right now and you're brand new, I want to encourage you to run and get those 6 customers, because that opens you up for that residual income. It also opens you up for $150 worth of free product credit that lights your business on fire. Talk about cash money, right? Talk about cash money in your pocket as soon as possible. But listen, 6 customers sets you up to get a paycheck today. It sets you up for September, October, and November. Do you realize whatever I do today, August the 16th, customer-wise, I'm going to get paid through November the 16th? That's pretty incredible. If you're 9 to 5, any of y'all working 9 to 5? Yes? Okay. If your 9 to 5 boss said to you, okay, Rox, listen, if you do something today, I'm going to pay you for whatever you do today. I'm going to pay you that same amount of money until November the 16th. Would you do it? You absolutely would. So imagine this. This is going to be mind-blowing to you. Imagine if you did that every day. Imagine if you could get one person in your business every day. It buys you 3 months every day. You are constantly building residual income each and every day. So that way, when you need to take time away, like I did, I had 4.5 years that I took care of my father that was dying from cancer. I was able to spend time in the hospital with him for 12 and 14 hours in isolation, doing chemotherapy, not having to ask off from a 9 to 5 job, because I said yes to something that I didn't understand at that point, that God knew I needed it more than I needed it myself, okay? There's gonna be times in your life where you're gonna wish and want and desire residual income. So if you don't understand it, friend, you don't have to understand it. Quentin didn't understand it. I caught the vision, I shut my mouth, and I went to work. So the steps to success that I just showed you, you start asking 6 people to use our products. It's really, really, really simple. If you're brand new, start with your friends and your family. If your friends and your family say no, which I guarantee you, if you go to them and you say to them, listen, Angeline, I really would love to have your support. I'm looking for 6 people. That's it, just 6 people to help me to get started. Can I count on you for your support? I promise you, the next words that come out of their mouth are going to be, how can I help? If you ask them in that way, how can I help you, Lori? I want to help you to get to that next goal. Tell them the goals that you have in front of you. Tell them what you want to accomplish. Be vulnerable. It's scary, but you have so much strength in your vulnerability. And when you do that, they will start to say yes. And let's just say you have a terrible family and terrible friends, okay? And absolutely all of them say no. Okay? Because I've heard all the stories in the book. I'm going to say to you, then go to your friends and your family and say, Mom, I know maybe this isn't for you, or you don't feel like supporting me right now, which is going to feel like a dagger. All right? Do you know anybody that would be willing to help me out? Ask them for a referral. The biggest compliment that I can get in my business is your referral. And say that to them. Listen, Mom, listen, best friend, I know you're not on board with helping me out. I totally get it. Even if you don't, I totally get it. But my biggest compliment in my business is your referral. Do you know anybody that drinks coffee that is maybe looking to lose weight or looking for more energy? I would love to be able to share this product with them. It is changing lives. I have a huge goal I'm going after, and I would appreciate if I could get your help. Okay? When you ask like this, people are going to say yes. They're going to say yes. Now, I'm not going to teach you to grow your business like that long term, because we have what we call networking. This is network marketing, not net wishing. We're not going to wish it into place. We're going to work it into play, and we're going to teach you how to network. But I can't do all of that tonight in 30 minutes. So I'm telling you to go to your friends and your family, and if they won't support you, ask them for a referral. Ask them, say, Chuck, thank you so much for at least listening to me. Do you know somebody that's looking for energy and looking to lose weight? I would love to be able to present this product to them. I would so appreciate that referral. Okay, so starting to create residual income is everything. So this is the money that you make while you sleep. This is the money that you make on vacation. This is what you call the quote unquote beach money. Now, everybody's beach money is a little bit different, but listen, let me say this loud and clear. It works when you work it. Okay? So there were so many people that I coached and have left and came back into the business or decided to leave or whatever, in 9 years in this business, and I will promise you, if you follow my lead, I will show you how to make money, but you have to be open and willing to do some things outside of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to work it. It Works is not going to make you an overnight success just by signing up to become a distributor. You have to empower yourself to know what it takes to be successful, to do the things that maybe you're a little bit afraid of, to stretch outside of that comfort zone. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about number 3 on that steps to success. Number 3 is what? Does anybody know? Getting team members. That's why we've got 100 people on here tonight, because y'all want to know how to make $750 cash. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute and give you a formula just for that. But listen, I have a funny story to tell you. So about, I don't know, 60 days in, Quentin's like, okay, this is great. Like, I like that you're getting paid and you're able to get your nails done and you brought me to dinner and you paid for my golf outing and now you're starting to pay for my truck payment. That's pretty freaking amazing. Like, he was starting to pay attention, okay? I was starting to leave subtle hints of a $100 bill or a $20 bill sitting on the kitchen counter. I would start saying, hey, if you want to go through with your buddies and go golfing, I'll pay for it. He's like, what are you doing while I'm gone? Like, I'm working all this time and like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm rapping on Thursday nights. I opened my home up and I had people come over and rap and I was making cash money. And I started pouring back into him and he started paying attention. And I started to show him that I could create an income with this. And he still didn't catch the residual piece. And I can remember grabbing him by the shoulders and saying, listen, babe, I know you don't see it. I know you know what commissions is. But this is residual income, and residual income is going to pay us years and years to come if I work this system called the steps to success. I know you don't get it, but I guarantee you I'm going to make a $500 pay raise each and every month from here, this point going forward. The beautiful thing about my $500 really would be $750 today. So I'm going to give you that formula. So make sure you're writing this down. Step number 3 on this steps to success is to share the business opportunity with 3 people. Okay. Back in the old days, because I've been around for a long time, a Ruby was 5 distributors. Now the company's Ruby is 3 distributors, okay? So our steps to success now, we have 3 distributors to get to our first official rank of Ruby. And that is the goal that you want to run toward, to be able to really get paid all the ways that you can in commissions. And it's really the level Ruby is what you build on to Emerald, to Diamond, to Double Diamond, to Triple Diamond, Presidential, Ambassador, and beyond, okay? And so I remember, again, taking him by the shoulder and say, I'm going to guarantee this stay-at-home mom is going to make an extra $500 each and every month. I guarantee it. So he thought I was crazy. He didn't have the vision. That's okay. I was excited. And quite frankly, as soon as that came out of my mouth, I got a little bit scared. I was like, okay, now I really got to make this happen. Okay, so the formula is this. You're going to go find 3 people to share this business opportunity with. And you're going to show them, again, I'm going to screen share. If I can screen share again. Share. You're going to screen share right here the steps to success. And you're going to show them how to get qualified by running their ADBV auto ship for 2 bags of brew. You're going to help them to gather their 6 customers by asking their friends and family, because you know they're going to support them if they ask them the right way. And then you're going to help them to go Ruby. But once they've completed step number 2 of gathering customers, they get, as the enroller, they now become fast start qualified as that distributor. But as the enroller, you get $50 for every 2 customers that they get. We back in the old days only got 100. Now you guys get $150 per distributor that you bring in and help them to get started. Why are the steps to success so important? For a lot of reasons, okay? It helps to set them up for success for residual income, but you as the enroller also get paid to recruit them at that point. We don't get paid unless they get paid. So we have to show our distributors how to get paid. And once they do, for every 2 customers up to 6, we get 50, 50, and 50. That's $150. So you're probably like, Laura, your math's all wrong. Okay, it's only 3 distributors and 150. That's what, 450? Okay, but before, when I grabbed Clinton by the shoulders, I knew it was 500 for me. I knew I wanted to get 5 brand new people into my business. So 5 brand new people into my business, nowadays is 150, 150, 150, 150, 150 is $750. So 9 years ago, when I was shrugging my husband by his shoulders and saying, I'm going to give myself a $500 pay raise, I'm going to give this family a $500 pay raise this month, every month going forward, that's how I was going to do it. So you have to set what your number is. 500 for me was everything, because I knew if I could give a $500 raise, then my husband would be like, all right, commissions is good, but like, what's this residual income again? Like, okay, you're getting introduced to it and I don't quite get it, but I can see that money starting to compound. That's what residual income is. When you do the steps to success every month, your income will explode. It will explode, and it is about the power of duplication. I did not become a top income earner by just recruiting just me. I did not become a top enroller or a top income earner, top 10. I was top 10 for 7 years. 7 years in this business, top 10. I did not become top 10 because I was mass enrolling. No, I was putting 3 people in back in the day, 5 people in back in the day, and teaching those 5 to do the same thing. It's the power of duplication. And in doing that, I was able to allow my husband to come home and say no to his job and say yes to freedom. So listen, ladies, I can speak on your behalf because I'm a woman. He allowed me to be able to have the freedom as a stay-at-home mom. And I wanted so desperately, I was living my dream, okay? I still felt lost inside. I think for those moms that are on can relate with that. Like what was my purpose, kind of redefining that purpose. But I started to really realize, like, I saw my husband get up before we all got up, come home sometimes after we all went to bed, go to work sick sometimes, go to work when he did not feel like it. It was right after the crash, the financial crash of 2008. The banking industry was horrific, okay? He became a totally different person. I saw my best friend and my husband, like 2 ships passing the night, but become a completely different person. He became angry. He became someone that I didn't even recognize anymore because he was so consumed and overwhelmed with what world he had to live in. And it became such a burden on his shoulders. And he would have never said this by any means, saying that it was a burden to raise an income to be able to raise a family of 6, that it was really hard, especially during that time with the banking industry. If anybody's in there, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And so he needed a desperate change. And I started to see that $500 each and every month became more, because as I started other men and women on how to get their $500 each and every month, my income grew. When I helped somebody else grow their income, my income grew. So 6 months in, I can remember, actually 4 months in, I can remember listening to a call. It was a Show Me the Money call. If you're not listening to that call, make sure you're listening to it. It was actually a conference call at the time. And I can remember exactly where I was sitting at my kitchen table when I listened to this call. And Pam Sauter was interviewing one of my uplines at the time. And I can remember her asking permission to share her paycheck. Okay, y'all are gonna fall out of your seats when I say this. I'm just gonna say it. And I probably should show that income disclosure statement, which I will at the end, to make sure this is all compliant, okay? But Pam asked my upline at the time, can I share your paycheck, what you just got paid? And she said, well, I guess so. And she said $25,000. And I about died. Like, you can see my face now. I can remember being on my phone, like texting my friend, my enroller, saying, what was that? Was that 2,500? Like, what was that? What was that? Like 3 months in, 4 months in, I was making, probably about $500-600 a month. And did she say $25,000? Like, holy cow. I can remember my husband was watching football that night. I got off the conference call because it wasn't Zoom like this. I got off the conference call and I was like, so excited. I said, oh my gosh. And I said, stand up. I said, we're going to be rich. I literally have the key that unlocks the success in this. It's called the steps to success. He's like, what does that even mean? I'm like, I don't really know, but it's 3 simple steps. And if I actually just do them and teach other people to do them, we're going to be rich, babe. You're not going to believe what that lady's paycheck was. He's like, well, what was it? Like $7 grand? And at that point, I'm like, $7 grand? Like, I want to slap you right now because $7 grand is a lot. And he's like, this, right? I'm like, no, it was $25,000. $25,000. And he's like, babe, they're lying to you. There's no way it's $25,000 a month. And I said, they're not lying to me, because every time that I have completed the steps of success, I've seen my paycheck grow. I cannot imagine what $25,000 would look like. Like if it were right here at one point in my living room, I have no idea what that even looks like. And I really don't even care, because I know we're going to make money with this. It may never be $25,000, but I guarantee you I can make 5,000. And he looked at me, he's like, you're cute. Like, okay, back to football, whatever. 6 months later, my paycheck came through at $25,000 in 1 month. It makes me emotional to this day to think about it. And I can remember that feeling, thinking, I even said in my living room, like, I don't think that'll ever happen for me, but I can do 7,000. I can do 5,000. You know, I can do 500. Even though I doubted it, you know, when I held my husband by his shoulders and said, I'm going to guarantee a $500 paycheck each and every month, a raise each and every month, and I'll guarantee $500. I didn't think that I'd be able to do it. Not that I doubted myself, but I didn't have this like massive plan. All I had was the stinking steps to success. That's it. It was so simple. I think we've gotten to the point where we're just overthinking everything and making things harder than it needs to be. Listen, all we get paid to do is put in customers and distributors. That's it. And if you're doing anything else, stop it right now. And you just have to start asking people. So I'm going to give you a couple of asks, and I'm going to try and do this in a matter of 7 minutes. Okay. So I want you to get your paper and your pen out. I'm sure there's so many more, but I'm going to give you some tips on how you start asking people to join your business. Okay? Because if you don't ask, they're not going to just come to you. I can remember my very first distributor that signed up with me, Amy was her name. She was going to order $130, $40 worth of product. And I said, why are you not doing this business with me? She was a friend that was newly divorced, mom of 2, struggling financially, still spending money. So don't be thinking that people don't spend money when they don't have the money, because they still spend the money. But she was desperate for a needed change. And I said, Amy, what if I could show you? Like, why are you not doing this with me? She's like, well, I just don't have the time. I don't have all these excuses, right? I said, listen, if I could show you how to make a car payment, would that change your life? She's like, absolutely, it would change my life. I was like, then you need to do this with me, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And guess what she did? She did it, because she followed what I told her to do, which were the steps to success. I'm not a genius. I didn't make $1 million in this business because I have reinvented the wheel. I made $1 million because I simply followed the steps in place. I know when to lead, and I know when to follow. And being a leader sometimes is following too, and that's okay. That means I can be on a Zoom of 100 people, and somebody's idea can be better than mine, okay? I have to be willing to understand that things change. My approach needs to change, and I need to be on fire with what I have, okay? So a couple of tips for you when you're asking. Here's one. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop thinking about you and how amazing you would be at this. Have you ever thought about making money like I do? It's a very simple way. I want us to get away from scripts because they are so god-awful cut and paste. I'm not saying it's not a great learning tool. It is. But it teaches you nothing just to copy somebody else. I want you to start using your own verbiage. I want you to start flubbering and failing your way forward. I can't tell you how many messages that I sent I wish I could take back. Like, oh my gosh, that sounded so dumb. But it helped me to learn how to talk to people. Girl, your network is incredible. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Someone puts a host-to-post up for you. Okay, if you're not host-to-post, then that's a whole other Zoom that I can't talk about right now. But it's incredibly important to grow your network. Remember, we're in network marketing. There's not a day that goes by that you should not be adding to your network, okay? That is fire for your business. Girl, your network's incredible. Have you thought about doing what I do? I know you're gonna think I'm crazy. Call a spade a spade. They already think you're crazy. Why not just call yourself crazy too? But listen, I just got my commissions and I was like, you have got to do this. Think about it. You could finally hire your cleaning lady that you've always wanted. You could finally go on your date night with your husband. You could finally go on a weekend getaway for your anniversary. You could actually hire a babysitter and go to the Olive Garden like my husband and I did. You can do these things. Don't just say whatever you think they might. Listen to them. What would this kind of income do for you? And then put it back in their court. Listen, I know I mentioned it before and you're probably over it, but I think you would be amazing at this. What is holding you back? What if I could show you how to make your car payment each and every month? Start talking like that, okay? Another thing that I want to cover, and again, I literally have 2 minutes. Specific questions get specific responses. You have got to start asking very direct questions to be able to get a direct response. I can't tell you how many people I coach, they come back and they say, well, you know, the conversation just keeps going and we just don't come up to a conclusion. Okay, well, here's the thing. It's because you're not asking specific questions. You're afraid of getting a no so much that you're never getting a yes. You're just keeping them on the fence. So right now, I want to encourage you to push them off the fence. If they say no, who cares? They're not wasting your time. You're not wasting their time anymore. Push them off the fence like this. Ask stuff like this. Stop talking, providing information. I have a little note here. And help them to make the decision today. So if you're saying to them like, hey, I know you have been interested in joining this business. What is holding you back right here, right now? What's holding you back? Don't be afraid to ask that question. They will tell you what's holding them back. And then sometimes it's layers upon layers upon layers of really the truth of what's holding them back. Be armed with responses to know what those common objections are. That's a huge tip. So you've got to stop answering questions that haven't been asked. Okay, don't just assume that their husband's not going to be supportive because yours wasn't. Don't just assume because they complain on Facebook about not having money, they don't have the money to get started. Let them tell you those reasons and then be armed with those answers to those objections. Okay, here's a good one. Money. I didn't have the money either, but I still did it and put it on a credit card. You know what? My friend Alicia didn't even have money to pay her electricity bill. She was driving by just to make sure that the light was on the doorbell. But she did it and it changed her entire life. She was able to get off food stamps. I don't have the money. I can show you how to get started for free. How hungry are you? Where there's a will, there's a way. And I always ask people, how determined are you? Because if you're determined, I can show you how to get started for free right now. Okay? Always have an answer for that objection. My hubs. You know, my husband wasn't supportive either. But that doesn't mean he's not going to love you. And you don't need his full-on support. Just try something new. Try it. Give it all you got for 9 days. And he'll be thanking you that you said yes. I don't have a network. You know what? My girl Lori that just started Team Zoom had 188 Facebook friends when she started. 0 Instagram and 0 any other type of social media. I had 0 network. The network that I had were stay-at-home moms that had no money. I had every excuse in the book to throw in the towel because everybody that I knew didn't have money. They were couponing and going to CVS with those big old binders. And I know you all know what I'm talking about because there's probably a few of you out there that did that too. Okay? They didn't have money either. Where there's a will, there's always a way. I'm not a salesperson. You know what? Neither am I, but I can guarantee you if I don't want to make dinner, I'm going to sell my husband and going out to eat. Okay? Like, there are times in your life that you've sold things to people without realizing that you sold them. Every time that you take a picture of your Starbucks coffee and put it on social media, guess what? You just represented a company you're not getting paid for. Every time that you've walked into Target and taken a picture of something cute, you just paid Target, not you, okay? So don't tell me you're not a salesperson, okay? You can even take it the other side and say, you know what? I'm not a salesperson either. I've never sold a day in my life. And usually that gets a response, well, what do you do? I share. I share what's changed my life. I share products that have changed my life, and I help others do that very same thing. So once they answer what that really is, that objection, and you're helping them through that objection, you want to ask them a couple of questions and ask them what their biggest fear is. Like if you were to start today for $99, what would be your biggest fear? Like I'm not asking for your firstborn. I'm not asking for your hand in marriage or, whatever. This is not like a lifelong commitment. Like, what is your biggest fear? Ask them those questions. Because they might come back and they might say failure. Say, okay, and sit with them for a minute in that. Tell me what that biggest failure looks like for you. And then shut up. Let them answer. Because oftentimes when they talk about failure, it's really not like on the deep canyon of failure. Not losing their house, losing their family. They were just not successful. And say, okay, totally get that. Talk to me about your biggest accomplishment, your biggest possibility in this business. Well, I could quit my full-time job. Great. Wonderful. Okay, Maureen, think about this. If you got started with me today, and let's just say your worst failure came true and you lost $100, you still had a product, right? You could still have a transformation with the product that you're getting. So it's not like you're losing that big, you're not even coming close to that biggest failure. But think about, if you got started with me today, think about that biggest dream that you have of being able to quit your full-time job. How would that feel? How would that feel? And let them sit there for a moment and just feel that with you. They're going to get excited. And you're going to say, you know what? You may never quit your full-time job, but I guarantee you, I'm not going to let you accomplish that biggest failure. You're probably going to fall somewhere in between. And I guarantee you, if you follow my lead, follow my steps, I will show you how to make money. Are you coachable? If so, let's get you started today. There is no need to be concerned. Okay. Scale of 1 to 10. I got 2 more and then I'm closing out. Scale of 1 to 10. I love this. It's so corny. So many of you have heard me train on this before, but I have to say it again. So a lot of times, and more so now, it's via Messenger or Instagram or texting. It's kind of a different, it's evolved. Remember, it's evolved. So I'm not having as many phone conversations, but how many of you guys have been on the phone with somebody, or you're going back and forth on Messenger forever? And it's like this loop that never ends and no one ever makes a decision. It's like that prison of indecision. Nobody can make a decision, right? And you want them to make a decision. You just simply say this very quickly. I know this sounds really dumb, but Samantha, on a scale, just play along with me. Play along with me. And I usually voice text this. Samantha, just play along with me. It sounds really dumb, but I just have to know. Play along with me. I have to ask you this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 mean lose my phone number, never call me again, stop messaging me, block me on Facebook, okay? To 10, here's my credit card number. Sign me up today and show me how to make money. Where do you fall? Where do you fall? And then you're quiet and you let them answer. And they're gonna tell you a lot. They're gonna say, oh, well, you know what, Lori, I'm a 7. Perfect, Samantha. How can I get you from a 7 to a 10 today? Well, my paycheck's not till next Friday. Is that the only thing holding you back? Yeah, I guess so. I guess that would be the only thing. Great. Well, let's do this. Let me go ahead and gather some of your information. I'll put you on my calendar for next Friday. We'll schedule a coaching call that afternoon, and I'll get everything set up for you. Again, have an answer to their objection before they even give it to you. So you're so prepared, you're full of all this ammo to be able to come back and not have an answer for them, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, if they say 1, then leave them alone. If they say 4, say, okay, you know what, maybe we should probably get you started as a customer first, okay? So here's the thing. We need to stop talking people into coming into our business and then complaining that they're not working. That's not building a team. That's not building a team. So what we've got to do is we've got to start enrolling people, sponsoring them, showing them how important those steps to success truly are and how they buy your freedom and everybody's freedom on your team. Everyone, if they simply just follow those steps and do what they're supposed to do. It works if you work it. Imagine that. A diet will work if you do it. Right? If you stop binging at night, or you say that you eat good Monday through Friday, but you like crap on Saturday and Sunday, that doesn't work, you all. We all know these things. We're all smart enough to know that these things we're lying to ourselves, okay? So it works when you work it. And I want to encourage you that if you're not doing the ask, that you're doing the ask. You're not going to be able to get good at it unless you fail your way forward. The only reason I am here today 9 years later is because I've had a lot of failures. A lot more of you totally combined failures that have led to the path of success that I have had. Do not be afraid of failure, because if you are afraid of failure, you will fail. Okay? It's kind of an ironic twist, right? If you're afraid of failure, you will fail. But if you're not afraid of failure, guess what's going to happen? You're going to overcome that failure and be successful. Okay, y'all, a little bit over my time, but I hope some of this was helpful for you. Hope you had some tips that you can bring away. Hope you have a little bit of inspiration, get some fire. Tonight I was fired up. Listen, there's so much amazingness there for you if you just live your life like this, being willing to be open to new ideas and just simply showing up and asking people to use our products or use our become a business owner through our business opportunity. Do you want to just use our products and at a great price, or are you looking to make money too? I love that question because it defines where they are in their journey. Okay, ask those specific questions to get those specific responses. Have a great night. See you on the Sunday call tonight.